going on, guys? It is your boy Kev signing here, and I am back with another video for you guys. And today, guys, I am talking about vending. So as you guys know, recently I just started vending, and I uploaded my first little vending little clips there on the channel, right? And I am going to be trying to get a little bit more professional setup. I am going to be going to the beautiful all-American Amazon and Amazoning myself some good old accessories to make the videos a lot better, get the camera set up. I'm going to bring my laptop, getting the whole thing set up. I am going to a show this weekend here, so that's going to be super fun. I'm going to try to get everything repaired the best I can. Not going to have much when it comes to singles and slabs, just because I will be explaining why here in this video. But as y'all know, in today's video, and you can see from the title, I am talking about tag grading vending. And what I really mean by that is that, as a lot of people know, have you ever been to a lot of car shows, right? And maybe it depends on your area, but for the most part, from what I've seen from most car shows, right, especially the big ones, is that the standard when it comes to the cards is PSA. PSA is the king, top dog, number one, no, right? When it comes to cards, it's what sells at the shows, is what people buy at the shows, what they trade with at the shows. Second to that, I've seen CC, and then obviously Beckett, right? Now, I'm talking about tag grading vending, because when I've been going to these shows, and here's the thing, guys, I've gone to a show almost every weekend now for the last 4 months, all right? By this point, Pete, the vendors know me. Then the minute they see my Poke hat, they know, yo, it's your boy Kev. So when I go to these shows, right, and I haven't even gone to shows even not even in state, right, because I've gone back to visit my mother, and I've gone to shows there locally back over there in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So there are little shows there, and when I go back and I'm thinking about everything, because now that I'm becoming a vendor myself, I'm trying to think about what type of vendor I want to be, how I want to do things, how I want to run things, right? And at the shows, right, most people trade for PSA, CDC, and Beckett, right? That's kind of the predominant things, and then or they sell singles. Now, the thing that I see that's wrong with this, right, and it's not wrong per se, but in my view, right, that's wrong with it, is that a lot of times, because it's PSA, right, it has a really high premium. So some of these slabs are going to be, you know, higher upper to anywhere between probably $100 and up, because at these shows they have really high-end grails, right, and which is completely fine. But here's the thing about that, though. What I've also realized when you go to these shows, a lot of the vendors are also the ones trading and buying between each other as well, because not every customer that goes to these shows are going to be able to buy these high-end grails. That's just the reality. Unless you're really at one of those big shows like Card Party or Collecticon, where it's really big, there's going to be a lot of people, right? For the most part, these local shows, you know, every weekend or so, right, not everybody is going to go ahead and be able to buy $1,000, $600, $300 slab every freaking weekend, right? Unless you just got the money like that, right? And that's just what I don't see. And when I go to these shows here, they don't have a lot of low-end stuff for customers to buy, right? And when I go around, I see people bring their kids, their kiddos, and things like that. You know, I just feel like you know, there's some of them don't have as much fun, or they kind of feel bad, or they're looking at that particular card or that slab that they want and they can't get it, right, because they just can't afford it. So I'm trying to take a different approach when I come into my vending strategy. I'm taking the more of the volume route. I want to kind of go ahead and get my profits more in volume than I do like in high ends, like, you know, making more money on the high end stuff. So what am I talking when it comes to tag grading? Where does tag grading come involved in this? So tag grading comes involved in this because here's the thing. Tag grading, and I know I made a video a couple months back how I was going to use tag, and I was upset with them, but all in all, since that video, I've used a whole bunch of grading companies, and I'm just still more satisfied with the tag grading than anything else. They still have the best looking slab, the best process when it comes to grading, right? You get the most information when it comes to it. Now, at these shows, tag slabs are just not accepted. These vendors just don't really trade for, or they rarely will trade for. Like, you don't see tag slabs, right? Unless you're in some particular area where tags is just really popping. But other than that, you just don't really see it. And I like to stand out. Honestly, I like to stand out. So I decided, and I talked to one of my buddies that I'm gonna be vending with, that I'm gonna go ahead and be a tag vendor. So where I'm going to be setting a lot of my cards up. I'm going to be buying tag slabs, and I'm going to sell tag slabs. Because here's the thing about tag slabs, like, right? A lot of these vendors don't like to take the time to explain the, you know, the tag process and the grading, the authentication, the grading, the website and all that. I'm okay with that. I'm more than happy to explain that to customers. That's because that's what brought me into tag, you know, and the grading process, right? Yes, is it more a hassle? Just explaining to more with a customer, you're taking more time with them. Yes, but they're buying something from you, right? And they might come back to buy it from you. That's just what I feel like some vendors don't see. They're seeing a quick sale now. Well, I'll see long term. A lot of customers go to these shows every weekend. Sometimes they don't buy from the same vendor because they had a bad experience. I don't mind taking the time to explain what tag does and everything to the guests that buy from me. Not a problem at all. In addition to that, when we talk about tag, right, the reason why I like tag so much, because unlike PSA, they don't eat into my profits, right? When you send cards up to PSA and the spending, what, like if it's a really high end card, there is an upcharge that comes with it. They take a portion of whatever the market of the card is, right? I believe. You know, I've only graded with PSA a couple times, only gotten 1 or 2 upcharge, but within that time, I just didn't like that. It just felt icky. And I think most people can agree. I think the upcharge is just complete BS, right? At this point, but tag, there is any. I pay one time upfront. That's it. I get my card back, no matter what grade that it particularly gets, right? So it doesn't eat to my profits. So when you think about it, right? If I have 2 prismatic Umbreons from Prismatic Evolutions, right? I send one to PSA, and let's say I send one to tag. The tag one's gonna cost me, even if I do express, right? I think now express is like 75 bucks, so I pay 75 bucks, send it up to them. All right, I pay express for PSA, 75 bucks up to them, right? Both of them get 10s. I get them both back, right? However, the PSA one has an upcharge. Let's say I get an upcharge $200-300, whatever it may be, right? Well, now that's $200-300 already eaten into my profits. Well, the tag one isn't. Well, then some people will make the argument, well, tag isn't as value as PSA. I can actually make the counter argument of that, because I've actually sold tag slabs at PSA pricing, if actually not a little bit above in some cases, especially on my eBay stores. I got the proof to show it. And I've even sold it here locally, you know, as well, because here in Florida, there is a following for tag. It's just that no vendors willing to take that leap to do it. I'm more than happy to take that leap. And again, like I said, I'm not making this video to dig on any vendor or anybody for going with PSA. It's the standard. Why break the standard? Why break the wheel? I get that, right? I'm a little bit of an anomaly. Like I said, I like to do things a little bit more different. But the reason why I'm going to overall go to tag is that, one, I'm going to get my cards back a lot faster than PSA. 2, my margins are not going to be eaten up. So that means I have a lot more wiggle room and negotiation room when I go ahead and sell these slabs to my customers, right? And 3, because I own them so freaking cheap, I can sell it at whatever price point that I want, and I can undercut every person at the show. And especially if it's just a collector, right, that's just wanting a card for the collection and they want it slabbed up and they like tag, it's a win-win for them. I could tell you, when I send my Umbreon, from Prismatic up to tag, I paid $75 at the time to get it express graded to get back. Turnaround time was between 3 to 5 days. The whole process of me packaging it, sending it up to them, and getting it back, 2 weeks. It was the fastest I've ever gotten a card back from any grading company ever. I got the cards back, right? And within that same day, I sold that card near PSA 10 pricing. That exact same day, when it came in the mail, when I went to go grab it, picked up, that literally within the hour, I went to go meet up with the buyer, sold it the exact same day near PSA 10 pricing. And guess what? I'm sure at the time, whoever got a PSA 10 probably had an upcharge on it. I had no upcharge. So that means that all in all, because I pulled that card day one out of a $60 ETB, and for express grading, I own that card for all in all maybe 150 bucks. So I could put that card at 600, 700, 800, whatever it may be, and I will still be up on it, and I'm still way undercutting everybody else. Those are the type of things that kind of go through my head when I'm at these shows or when I'm looking at doing type of particular moves. And maybe people think I'm a Timmy, I'm idiotic, people have tried it, it doesn't work. But I've also talked to a couple tag vendors in other states that it says it works well and everything sells, and they make really good money because, well, they got no upcharge. Their turnaround time's quick, right? Especially if you're thinking about doing a play. Like, let's say if I was going to make a move, right? Let's say this card, which it is right now, this Umbreon, is going up, which it is, like I said. If I wanted to buy a whole bunch of these, just buy a whole bunch of these, right? And I wanted to go ahead and hit the market first on it, I would go with tag, because I would get my cards back so much quicker, and I could undercut all the PSA guys, right? And get this card out, because ultimately, right, people are gonna want this card. And even if they knew that this is a literally tag 10, a lot of people do cross grading. They'll send it knowing that, hey, it's a tag 10. They're going to send it up to PSA to get a PSA 10. They will also do that. There's also the people that will break it out. If I sell this cheaper than a PSA, a 10, and they know this is a 10, right? They could break it out of the slab and then send it up to PSA. There's so many ways that the market could happen where people could do plays. It's insane. So those are kind of my reasons why I'm going to do tag slabs predominantly when I'm vending, and I'm gonna also be doing some sealed. I'm very excited in this journey. I'm going to be recording, vlogging a lot of it, guys. You know, as you guys know, PokeGNS is predominantly started when I started doing my RipNShips here on the channel, and currently the website is still down as I'm still deciding where I want to take this here. But from what it seems like, PokeGNS will be back up fully here soon, because I will be launching it for the vendings, and as well as still the RipNShip as well. And I'm fully invested, fully into this as well here, guys. And just to make a side note, right, to prove my point in my last video you guys saw about coming to take risks when it comes to the Pokemon market, I am taking risks when I do this, by the way. So I'm just letting you know there is risk that I'm taking when it comes to this, not only financially as well, but like I said, I am okay with the risk. So if you guys are thinking about doing stuff like this, just remember there still is a financial risk when it comes to it. Make sure that you are financially secure first before thinking about doing anything crazy like this. If I take a dig on it, it is what it is. It's not a big deal to me. Predominantly because my eBay does pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, my eBay bails me off a lot. A lot of times I can just offload everything on eBay and I'll be solid. But that's all I got for the that's all I got for this video. Oh my god, man, I've been kind of like somewhat kind of fighting, like not a cold, but like it's just something in the air lately over here in Florida, man. We're hurricane season, so you know how it is over here, man. So anyways, I do appreciate y'all watching today's video, man. Leave a comment, tell me what y'all think here. If you guys can, I appreciate you guys leave a like, and we're trying to reach 500 subs, guys, here by the end of the year. So you guys could drop a sub, we do appreciate it. We are doing a slap giveaway of 500. But other than that, I do appreciate y'all watching the video. This has been your boy Kev Sided. Peace. I'm out of here.